Welcome to Super Soul Sisters. My name is Jamila Oluka and you're watching UBC TV Inspiring Uganda. It is very, very interesting to always host women here because every lady comes with a different story and every lady has something that they come with this story, and for some reason it has inspired so many people, and I believe that even you who has just tuned on now, you can watch this show and then get inspired. As we prepare for this year's most inspiring story, we want to invite you to UBC TV on the 27th and the 28th of March to come and share your story, especially for the young girls and the boy child. Also, we want to remind you that UBC TV airs this show every Wednesday, 9 p.m. and Friday, a repeat around 11 a.m. And also you can get us on YouTube, still Super Soul Sisters, where you get to watch all the people we've hosted in this show. I mean everyone. There's so many stories that can inspire you. Just go to YouTube and then you get to watch all these stories. Today we have yet another inspiring lady who has gone beyond odds to make sure that she gives a face to the young girl. She gives a face to the children and the child mothers who have gone through a lot. I'm just imagining some of these mothers become mothers when they are still children. Because imagine a girl of 12 years, 14, she has just seen her period and the next time she's pregnant. She hasn't even discovered herself yet to see what being a woman is, and before they experience that, they have become mothers. So I want to welcome on the show Madam Blessing. You're most welcome to Super Soul Sisters.
Thank you, Jenny.
You look absolutely beautiful and smart. I love the afro.
Thank you.
You know, afro is, when you see an afro in a woman, you know that that woman is a woman of substance, because maintaining the afro takes a lot of resilience, it takes a lot of passion, and you look so lovely. Thank you so much for giving a face to the child mothers.
Thank you.
So, Madam Blessing, I want to take you back to the beginning. What is your full name? Where were you born?
Thank you, Jamila, for inviting me to this show, Super
Soul Sisters.
Soul Sisters show. Thank you very much. My name is Komhimbo Mugisa, but I did a direct translation of my names because they were long. In high school where I studied from, it was hard for fellow students to pronounce my name well. So I just did Komhimbo, meaning joy. Then Blessing is the Mugisa part. So I made it Joy Blessing to ease work for everyone.
So now you don't mention the traditional name?
I do love my traditional names, but someone might ask, but we don't see the Blessing somewhere. Yes.
And I'm actually also shocked because I knew that Blessing was just
no.
a Christian name they gave you.
No.
Interesting.
No.
So why did they give you that name?
I think it was a discussion between my parents, because my mom told me she really loved the Komhimbo part. Yes.
What does what?
Komhimbo.
Komhimbo.
Komhimbo is a Chitoro name meaning joy, happiness, something like that.
Okay. It sounds like Runyankole.
Yes. Then Mugisa is also a Chitoro name,
but it
meaning blessing.
Okay. So now what names can we see on your national ID?
Komhimbo Mugisa.
And there is no Blessing?
No, there is no Blessing.
So you have only traditional names?
Yes, I made my name so popular. Wow. Blessing, I made it so popular.
Okay.
Yes.
Very interesting. So, Blessing, where were you born and which schools did you go to in your primary?
I was born in Bunyangabo district. Now Bunyangabo, but that was Kabarole district.
Yes, by then.
Yes, by then. Then in some village called Kiwito. Then we shifted to Fort Portal, where I was staying with my parents, with my auntie. And I attended Buhinga Primary School. From Buhinga, I went to Chevambe Girls. From Chevambe, I joined Hilton High School, Mukono. Then I joined Makere for my degree.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. So now you have a passion for the girl child and for the babies.
Yes.
But I want to take you back. When you were still in school, what kind of activities were you doing? What were your interests? What were your hobbies, like in primary?
In primary, I think I loved sports. And I played cricket all my primary. Yes.
For
my
us
school was
in
good.
our side, we didn't even have cricket. It was football.
No,
I think it was football, netball, volleyball. I think those are the games that we had from the East. Cricket, I don't even think people knew about it.
Yeah, I was at that time, and I think up to now, I was in a good school. I can say Buhinga as a primary school was the best school. In Fort Porto.
Bunya what? The other school is also very known.
I don't know. I don't know much about that because I didn't stay there. Yes, all my childhood I was in Fort Porto.
Wow.
But I attended Buhinga Primary School, and at that time it was the best school. Yes, Buhinga was the best school.
Best private school?
No, it was a government
school.
Yes,
wow.
But very good. Yes.
Is it still good?
Yes, up to now it's very good, though they have introduced so many private schools, but Buhinga is an outstanding school.
Wow.
It's really good, and it's in the middle of the city.
So is that where you sat your your P7?
Yes.
And then afterwards, where did you go to?
From Buhinga, I went to Chebambe Girls, still in Fort Porto.
But Chebambe Girls is known.
Yes, it's also a good school.
It's also a good school.
Yes, and I studied from senior 1 to senior 4.
So when you were at Chebambe Girls, because I know primary you were in day.
Yes, I was in
And then you went to Chebambe Girls towards boarding.
Yes.
What was the transition like? And you can imagine you were in a mixed school, then you go to a girls'
to a
school.
single school. The transition wasn't... I think I was excited. I was excited about the school. The fact that it was also the best school in Fort Porto and a girls' school. I was excited. So I didn't feel the pinch of feeling lonely or something, and the people that I left with in Buhinga, I moved in
with them to
Chebambe. Yes, because I had friends that I had, I think, from like P1.
Wow. Are you still friends with those?
Yes, I'm still friends with them. Yes.
I don't think I had any friends from
we
P1.
actually shared seats
in class
from P1. Yes, like would sit me, my friend, another friend, up to senior 4, where we were, I think our registration numbers, index numbers,
were also next to each other.
I think most of them are co, yes. So we were next to each other. So still, we didn't sit very far from each other in UNEB.
Wow.
Yes.
That means you even scored the same.
No. Everyone was good at something.
Okay.
I was very good at geography. One of them was very good at literature. So everyone had
their own
yes,
niche. Yeah.
Yes. Everyone
so now,
had their
when you were at the girls' school, secondary, what are some of the things that shaped you to be the kind of person you are today?
In the girls' school, I think there you would pick a lot of traits from various people. I was a popular girl. I was a jolly girl. I love making friends.
Yes.
And I master people's names very fast.
Yes. Did you remember mine very well?
Yes, Jamila.
Jamila, who are you?
No, you didn't tell me the other one.
Oluka.
Yeah, that one, Oluka. You didn't tell me Oluka, but you told me Jamila. And yes. I mastered Jamila. But still, my friends, I would master them by their first names. If you're Kembabazi, Kobusinje, Nyonga, Asimwe, Muhenda. So I address you by that.
Wow.
I don't call you the other Christian name.
Because you know the Christian names are all over.
Yes.
Like now you can walk in Kampala and you find so many Jamilas. Yes. I have a niece who is called Blessing.
Oh, that's nice.
She's, I think, going to senior 3 now.
Okay.
So that's why when you told me your name, I couldn't forget, because Blessing, I always say Blessing, like my niece called Blessing. Yeah. So now, Blessing, after senior 4, which school did you go to for your O level?
For A level, A level, I went to Hilton. It's in Mukono.
Oh, the Hilton of Mukono.
Yes, I joined Hilton. Now there it was a hassle, because I was coming from Western Uganda, from a single school.
To a mixed school in the city?
Yes, to a mixed school in the city, but it was a good school. People were loving, and I discovered that people loved people from the West.
So you were lucky. So you mean they didn't love people from the East?
No. I think they loved them, but the culture of the school was different regions would converge together.
Oh, okay.
So you find West is converging, East, Central, and North. So you would find a home from your region. So the people that they were Nyankole, they were Konjo, they were Chiga, they were Toro, that we mixed with, we found sisterhood and brotherhood. So it was very easy to feel at home.
Tribalism.
No, there wasn't tribalism.
Because
actually,
anyway, yeah.
No, there wasn't. Actually, that one would come in when we are serving. We would serve in regions. We would actually serve in classes, then serve in regions.
So that's how the school was programmed?
Yes, and we would showcase. At the end of the week, we would showcase what we have.
That must have been a very exciting school.
Yes, it was very exciting, because the central guys would be in Gomasis and Kanzu. Then the westerners would be in Busuti, Mishanana. So it was an interesting activity, and actually you would even invite a prominent person from your region.
Like your MP or
like LC. Your MP. I remember during our time, we invited the king.
Wow.
Yes. King Oyo. Yes. King Oyo came in. You
people must have been celebrities in that school, because
I was a celebrity.
Wow.
Yeah, we invited the king, and you know, for us, we would be overwhelmed on who to invite, because we had so many.
Yeah, you had. So we even have the queen.
We had the queen. The queen would come along with the king. So, and some of the royal people.
And what about the princess?
No, the princess, I think, wasn't in Uganda. Yes, the princess wasn't in Uganda.
Did you ever invite Princess Bagaya?
Yes, we invited Princess Bagaya when I was at university.
Wow.
So I had a chance to meet her.
She's now aged.
Yes, and she's my OG.
From
Chebambe.
Chebambe.
Yes.
Yeah, Chebambe is a good school, because I think even I have a friend who went to Chebambe here at UBC, because I've had that's why when you mentioned the school, it kind of clicked in me. And also it's one of the best schools in Fort.
It is, because we have really produced so many prominent people.
We have when you people meet as alumni, you're like a superpower.
Yes, we have so many
girls. Wow, interesting. So after Hilton, which university did you go to?
I joined Makerere.
Makerere, the Hill.
Yes.
So you are my alumni, because I also studied at Makerere University. Although maybe we're in different years.
I think.
Yeah. So I want to take you back. So while you were at the university, which courses did you do? Is it the courses that inspired you to do charity, or it was just passion?
When I was in the process of choosing courses at campus, I chose education. I don't think I did education because I wanted to be a teacher. Yeah, I did education because education was the course that my parents would afford. I chose a course that my parents can afford to pay, though I was privileged to choose a course of my choice.
And you also wanted to be a teacher? I mean, education?
No, I didn't want to be a teacher.
But you wanted to do education?
I can't explain this, but I chose education because it was
Affordable.
an affordable course.
Okay.
Yes, it was an affordable course. Though I was told to choose a course of my choice, and if maybe I would have maybe journalism and a humanitarian course, because I discovered
Human
I
rights.
love being around people. I love being with people.
Yeah.
Yes, so I would have.
But even being
Done
a teacher,
either.
you be around people for the
Yes,
rest of
I
your life.
actually after joining
Education.
education, I discovered it was a course for me, because I interacted with so many people from so many calibers. Yes, and through that, that's when I started developing a passion, because they would give you chance to look for a place to do your internship,
Yes.
and that is teaching. So in most cases, when you're in class, that's when you start to discover that these little girls have issues. I started to discover that there are children in senior 1 who have kids.
Really?
Yes. And I'm through with university, but I even fear
To have a
to have a child.
That is so interesting
But
how the world works.
Yes, but I discovered, I think that time, I taught in 2 schools. My first internship was in an international school. And my second internship was in a slum school in Kasokoso.
You were in Kasokosoko?
Yes.
Kasokosoko.
I don't know how it is called. I don't know if it is Kasokosoko or Kasokoso.
Kasokosoko.
That side of Chirinya.
Yes, I know Kasokosoko.
Yes.
Where one time they burnt, I think the car of the LC5 around that area. People are very rowdy there.
Yes. Now, my second internship was in that school.
How was the experience?
The experience was amazing, as I can say. The kids were interesting. The kids were interesting.
Blessing, you need to tell us how interesting were
Oh
they?
my
Because
God.
you've even laughed. What
Yeah,
was it?
you
What
can
was
laugh, you
interesting?
can cry, but that is where everything started from. That is where, because kids there would never have meals.
Like they come to school and they don't
Yes,
have.
like they come to school and they don't have meals, and you're teaching, but they are not bothered.
And they cannot even understand.
They don't. Actually, they were not even interested in studying. The school would provide meals.
Like, what would they have for breakfast? Oh, there was no breakfast.
I don't know. I really don't know. But I think they will go to canteens and
But the lunch even was not there.
the school was providing lunch. Yes, the school would provide lunch. But I don't know if everyone was accessing that lunch, because they would also sell food in school. They would sell, I think, like fried rice and biringanya and ntula.
Hey.
Yes, in the school. You know how those schools be.
Yes.
Yeah. Some of them they would tell you, me, I've not eaten.
But you know, Blessing, those government schools give education.
Yeah, I think.
But the meals, what I know about meals, you have to pay some amount for you to be able to eat. Now, there are those disadvantaged children, completely destitute, who cannot even afford to have that lunch. Probably those are the ones who were singled out not to have lunch. And you know, a hungry person is a hungry person. You will always know when someone is hungry.
That's true. So I would motivate my students, because I was teaching senior 1, 2, and 5.
What subjects were you teaching them?
geography and divinity, but I was so passionate about geography. Yeah, I think I would score myself 99 because I really loved geography. Like, I found geography so easy. So,
Interesting.
yes, and I really loved teaching geography.
Yeah.
So those kids, like, I was with a colleague, so we would befriend them and ask them stories. So I discovered there was one who was a mother.
And which class?
Senior 1. She was a mother, and she was staying within Kasokoso there. So that is how I started. So we're also struggling and
You are still a student.
Yeah, I was a student doing internship, but my dad would give me daily upkeep because he would drop me and he would give me daily upkeep, I think of 10,000 per day. So now that money I would share it with those babies, with those kids.
And then you wait for dad to come and pick you.
No. Dad wouldn't pick me. I would leave Kasokoso with a taxi to Ginger Road. And I wait for him. We go back home together. Then in the morning, as he's also dropping my sisters, he would also drop me along the way. And I continue. I think I would spend like 2,000.
Okay, so the rest you had the opportunity to
Yes,
share
the
with
rest
the
I
kid.
had yes. So, but I will tell them to tell me stories. Then those ones, of course, there would be sad stories, and they would just use.
So now, this girl who was a mother, how did you connect with her?
As a teacher, you would tell in class. In class, you would have those characters. You would find one who is extremely stubborn. Then you would find those ones who are extremely humble. They don't talk, they sit behind, so that was my interest. These crazy ones, you would know it is them. But now you would be concerned with this, why are you always like this? So they are the ones I would tell, bring my books to class, to the staff room.
So that you get to discuss with them.
Yes. So I met this one who was a mother, and I think she was 13.
Jesus.
Yes. And she told me the baby was old. The baby was walking. So that means she would have given birth at 10, 11. Because I asked her, where do you leave the baby? And she told me she would leave the baby with Mama Katale. These ladies who sell tomatoes. So that one.
Imagine a child having a child.
Yes, a child. Actually, I didn't know that teenage mothers exist.
Until you started teaching.
Yes. No, until I started teaching. Then I saw this girl. So I was like, I think I'll ask my mom and my aunt because me, I was grown up. Imagine at university 3rd year, doing my last internship, and someone is telling me she's a mother at 13. I'm like, wait. But I was so proud of her that she was in school.
Yeah, because some of them would just opt out.
But I'm sure she did not complete.
Because of the hardships.
Yes.
So now, after that was your first trigger to start helping teenage mothers.
Yes.
So how did you then come to join public service?
When I finished school, I didn't teach. When I finished my internship, I did not teach. It ended there.
So where did you go next?
I think I got my first job at in a pharmacy, Vine. I was working for Vine, and I was so grateful that Vine really nurtured me. It was a pharmacy, and it had shop 2. Shop 2 was dealing with beauty, perfumes, hair products, skin products. So we would get training, and our director used to bring us trainers to skill us with the product, like knowledge about the products. Yes, so that you don't look green before.
You look green before, and that thing happens by then in some shops. You ask someone, how does this work? I say, I don't know.
Yeah.
But you can try it.
So he trained us. I think he would train us every week. You would have sessions, and they train you to achieve a perfect skin, to have best hair, to have beautiful nails, to have everything.
No wonder you are looking flamboyant.
Anything concerning beauty. So I was very privileged to have taken that course. I think I worked in a pharmacy setting from 2016 to 2019. I think then there I left and I went into admin. The person who gave me a job in 2019 I was working in another pharmacy. Wow. I left Vine, I went in another pharmacy and I started working there. So this person of that pharmacy is the one who shifted me to, when COVID came, they shifted me to their real a construction company. So I was doing administrative work there. Then from there, that's when I started working as a personal assistant of a member. So that is how I joined in public service. I don't know if you call it public service.
It is public service.
Yeah.
So very interesting. So now, Blessing, with all this background that you've had, actually, no wonder you are in the right path of helping young children. Because also in the pharmacy, you get to meet people who have different illnesses, who come, and then sometimes they are not knowledgeable. Sometimes that is where we go to get medicine. And remember, Uganda is one of those countries where we self-medicate a lot.
Exactly.
I think you've worked in a pharmacy, even if you are on the other side of the cosmetics, you can still, relate. Because I know our pharmacies are not so humongous that you cannot meet the clients. Yeah. So probably that's where you saw us coming there, the young mothers, the people coming there to do stuff. And then you realize that people really have issues. So as we are going for a break, but we shall be right back. We want to talk about now what you're doing in terms of helping teenage mothers. So thank you very much, our viewers, for watching UBC TV. I want to remind you again about 27th and 28th. We shall be having auditions for the Most Inspiring Story 2025 edition. So if you have a very interesting story, please come to UBC and let us audition so that you get picked, and we nurture you through until you get scholarship that you deserve. I also want to remind you that UBC TV airs this show every Wednesday 9 p.m. I repeat on Friday 11 a.m. and you can catch us on YouTube still, Super Soul Sisters. My name is Jamila Luka. Let us go for a break. We shall be right back. Welcome back to Super Soul Sisters. My name is Jamila Luka and you're watching UBC TV Inspiring Uganda. Before we went for a break, we were sharing a very interesting and very touching story of Blessing, who has been helping teenage mothers. People start from somewhere. She was first touched when she was working in Kasoko Soko as a teacher, and she met some of the teenage mothers, and that triggered her to cause something to help the young girls. So, Blessing, in your work, you're a personal assistant, you're doing this, and then you have this passion for something different. So, how many teenage mothers do you work with, and which areas do you work from?
When you have interest in something, you keep following.
And pushing.
Yes, and pushing. But at this time, I promised God. I was like, when I'm making 28 years, I would wish to do a charity. I always did charity, but I don't know if I can call it charity, but in areas where I stay, I would always help. Like maybe give food, give clothes that you can no longer put on. Of course you can know that this is a struggling person, and you have a lot of things. So you're like, I think I'll give them to her. I don't know how she will take it, but I will suggest. And you would find it's a good thing. Someone is very happy. So the other time, when I had my first teenage mother, I would find like 20,000. So when I was making 28 years, I told God that I want to do a charity, a mega one, but I don't know how to start. But it was for those who are in need. Of course, as you're thinking about it, ideas keep coming. And in my heart, I was like, but wait, are there no teenage mothers in Kasokoso now? I think I can go back. So I discovered that there are so many teenage mothers.
You got overwhelmed.
Yes, I thought the other one was a shock, but I discovered there are so many teenage mothers. And there was a friend who had a friend who had a home of teenage mothers. So as I shared on my status, I was like, this year I want to give back. And my friend told me, I think you can give back to these people. I was like, okay. So I visited the home. It was in Atete. I looked at them. I looked at the mothers and their kids. So I said, okay, I think I can work towards this. And it was, my birthday is always in March.
Wow, so you are a super lady.
Yes, I almost became a born of Women's Day.
Wow.
Mine is 7th, then Women's Day is 8th. So I think I did that in February, and I started. I was like, but how will I manage? Because I don't have. How will I get? So I was like, but I have so many friends who have things to give out. You know, like Jamila has a lot of clothes that she no longer needs, and clothes for her babies that she no longer needs, and they're just there. So I said, if I contacted these people, don't you think I would get? I'm a social person. I have a lot of, I can't say I have a lot of friends. I call them friends. I don't know what people say. Of course, people say don't befriend a lot of people, but
acquaintances.
I don't know. Yes, but me, I take them as friends. I take them as friends. Jamila, I can also call you my friend.
Yes.
But you know the level of friendship you have with someone.
Every friend has a certain level.
Yes. So I think I started with my immediate friends. I told them, you people, I want to run a charity for these people. I used to do charities, but in Mulago Hospital, there are kids with holes in the heart, with cancer, with, oh my God, all sorts of diseases. And once you go there, those I used to do while I was at campus. I had a lecturer who would motivate me to do it. He was called Dr. Jack. He was a Mzungu. He actually motivated me to do charity. So all the time, Dr. Jack would ask me if I have something to give. And he would ask me to escort him to Mulago. So I would go with him to Mulago. Of course, I'm so emotional, I would shed tears. So he would teach me to be strong, but that one I failed. So
it comes with experience.
Yeah, so this time I said my charity is going to these children. Because me, I saw they were children. And when they were telling me they were teenage mothers, like they were so many, I said, okay. So I started. I come to you, Jamila. Jamila, I'm making these years. I request if you have things
and
you no
did
longer
mobilization
need.
Very well.
I mobilized. Jamila, I mobilized.
And
I
you
can't
got
lie to
enough
you.
clothes.
I got enough clothes, I got food, I got money. Okay, like I would have friends who are working maybe with the Reham, and he would be like, I'm going to give you 10 cartons of soda. Then you see someone is like, I remember there is a friend who gave me blankets, baby, yes, a lot of things. And also plus the money, I went and used all that money and shopped for those people. I bought for them pads, I bought for them.
And how was the feeling?
To me, it was self-satisfaction. I really felt so good.
So now, because of time, I want us to sum it up.
Yeah. Where
are you now? Have you tried to register the company? Have you tried? What are you doing for this year?
Okay. Actually, that lady, the lady I gave those things is the one who who told me, Blessing, if you could raise these things within a space of 3 weeks, how about if you gave this thing your time and you started helping these teenage mothers? Because there are so many. There are so many. I was like, okay. I was like, but you need to register so that people trust you. Even if someone has given you 100,000, they want to know where that money is going. They don't want to think they have given it to you and maybe you've bought shoes. So they need to know where the money is going. I was like, okay. So I was like, maybe you will take me through and I see. But I have been operating informally.
But now have you registered the company?
Yes.
The foundation?
Yes, I have registered my foundation. It's called Muhimbo Foundation, Muhimbo Cares Foundation. My name Muhimbo. I removed K and O. Then I stayed with Muhimbo, joy. So I found joy in giving.
So now, if someone wants to give to these teenage mothers, where can they get you?
They can get me on my number. They can get me on my number, and at the moment, our office is at Mabirizi Plaza. They can get me on my phone number, then I pick them from wherever they are. Because now...
And you take them to see the teenage mothers?
Yes, I can take them because I have so many teenage mothers. I have some in Katanga. And the good thing, okay, like every time I would see something, I would learn it. I know how to weave. I know how to tailor things. I know how to do craft work. So every time I go to these mothers,
you teach them a skill.
I teach them a skill. I give them a skill. Right now, the skill that I have acquired is to make reusable pads. And I want to give them that skill. Because I also have a couple of friends who know something that they can give to them. Like my sister does makeup and hairdressing. So when I'm going to see my teenage mothers,
you take her
I
to teach.
Carry along friends that have a skill they can give to them.
Wow, interesting.
Yes,
that's a very good approach.
Yes.
So now, if we want, there are people out there who would love to help you.
Yes.
So how can they get you, like, if someone, apart from coming to Super Soul Sisters, how can they get you, like, if they want to go to Muhimbo Joy Foundation, how can they get you?
They can reach out to me at 0789 067991.
So thank you very much. So what is the message the last message you're giving people out there?
I would call upon government to, in every school and every community, at least they put a counselor. And those counselors are the ones to teach and tell those children about the dangers of early sex. Actually, that is also one of my goals. I want to go back to the community and sensitize those little girls.
Because they say when you work with the mind, it is easy for you to achieve anything. Once the mind has been educated and informed.
I want to sensitize the girl children to stay away from early sex, because it comes with a lot of dangers. It comes with early pregnancies. It comes with so many diseases.
A lot of things.
Yes, and I would appeal to government to at least put counselors in schools so that these babies from P1, they start teaching them sex education than them finding it at university.
But actually there are counselors in schools, only that maybe there are not so many.
No, there are counselors who are teachers.
Not these professional ones who have studied psychology.
Thank you. It needs like a counselor.
But you know that
in
2022, government actually passed a directive. I would say directive because I was among those people who went to northern Uganda with the ministry, permanent secretary and of Ministry of Education, to look at the refugee camps where children needed counseling, because also there's quite a lot of problems. And they gave it a point that every school must have a certified counselor. But I also think because of we have so many schools, Blessing.
I'm telling you, maybe within those teachers they can pick one.
They can pick one and nurture them. So government, I know that it's a good thing. So now,
Yeah,
the
so
last
that
message.
that is my message to, then also as parents. I know it is very hard for parents to pass on sex education to their children.
It is not easy.
It is not easy.
I have a teenage girl.
Yes, it is not easy. I've discovered we fear. We fear to tell our children about sex. But we need to fight and learn how to be open to our children, and we tell them early sex is bad, because that is where, and let every child be a child of society.
Okay.
Like me, if I find someone going astray, I tell them.
And that is where we always say that society has deteriorated. But anyway,
yes,
we will give you another time. Once you've registered, you've set up the foundation, we shall come and then see some of those teenage mothers.
Please
some
do.
of them, you can encourage them to come and apply for the most inspiring story.
Yeah, they
for the
can.
auditions, so that maybe they can get help. For now, I want you to give us your last quote and then we close the show.
Mothers out there, do not neglect your children. Even if people separate, and don't leave your babies, don't leave your children behind. Because I've discovered some of the children of the teenage mothers
from
have
broken families.
been impregnated by their own fathers.
Jesus.
And their own uncles. If you listen to those babies, you will shed tears. You will cry. I know of one who has a child and they don't know if it is the father or the grandfather.
Oh,
and she was a 10-year-old girl. The mother left and they left her behind, and it's the father who was sleeping with her.
Wow. It is so touching, but thank you so much. At least I know that mothers, one message that Blessing has left with us is mothers should never leave their children. I also think it's a very good thing, no, regardless of what. Some of us, some of my friends, some people I know have raised the children alone. They have raised children as single mothers. They have raised children as single aunties. Because also sometimes if you feel your child is not secure, you rather take them to a functional home or to someone that you trust. Should be maybe a lady. But also nowadays it has become so paramount that children are really at a risk. So I encourage parents, just as Blessing has said, that don't, regardless of how your family setting will turn up, divorce and what, think about the children and give these children opportunity to live their lives. With that information, I want to thank you again for watching UBC TV. I want to thank our crew, the camera, the editors, and above all UBC TV for making sure that this program is a success. I also want to thank you, our viewers, for always watching us here at UBC TV, and above all, the ladies. I congratulate you all for celebrating the month of women, and also I want to send my regards to all the ladies that thank you very much for following this program. Thank you very much. My name is Jamila Oluka, and I wish you a lovely evening. Bye-bye.